I'm Luke Garner from Grand Rapids, Minnesota. It's Saturday, June 14th, and we have a special guest here today. He just recently signed a UFC contract. He dates back to 2023 with his pro fights in the CFC, going on to the LFA. His name is Alvin Goozie Hines, fighting out of Grand Rapids, Minnesota. And his basement gym is LA Bodega, with a professional record of 7-0, 3 KOs, 3 submissions, and 1 decision. Goozie is with us today to share some information about himself. And Goozie, I'm going to let you take it from here. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
I'm just your average small town guy. Worked construction after high school. Did a little bit of wrestling and sports in high school. Didn't take it off I took off time for a while. Started back up with some jiu-jitsu in 2023. Started punching people, man. The rest is history. I'm excited to be here to tell you guys more about it.
Hey Goozie, what drives you to keep you going when things get really tough? I know you started back in 2023, but there was fights prior to those professional fights. What really kept you going?
You know, that is a good question, and I tell people all the time, one of the most important ones is that I don't want to get older and be one of those guys, oh yeah, if I would have did this, if I would have did that. I'm going to do it until I know for sure. And now look, I won't have to be one of those guys. And for all the people that thought I couldn't do it, that's for you guys.
He's here, and that's for you guys too. I love it, Goozie. His hard work and dedication is definitely paying off, and it goes to show T-Mobile, you're in for a special treat on June 28th for UFC 317. What is your proudest moment so far in your fighting career?
I'm going to have to say this, because this is what... making the walk in UFC is what I told myself is going to happen when I started this.
So you manifested this, Goozie.
Oh, man.
You were manifesting it from the beginning. You saw yourself there, and now you're going to be there?
If I wasn't going to go to the big show, then so be it. But I wasn't going to stop until I knew for sure I wasn't going there. And between that and like kids coming up and asking for autographs, that's just cool too. But yeah,
that's awesome.
The contract.
So let's go into, you just signed this UFC contract. When did you sign it?
2 days ago now, and it's still setting in. Like, it gets more and more real every day, and I don't know if I'm stressed or what it is. All I know is he better be ready.
So June 12th, roughly, he signs his first UFC contract. When you signed that, where were you, and how did it feel?
I was actually at a little park bench with my girlfriend Hannah on Lake Superior.
Oh, she's the better looking one, isn't she?
Someone's got to do it. I don't know how she even puts up with me. She's winning her own fight every day all by herself. But anyways, I signed it, and it still didn't really feel real. Like I said, it's still setting in more and more real. But yeah, all signed and sent in, baby. Let's go.
This is great. Who was the very first person, Goozie, you called or maybe even cried with after you signed the contract several days ago?
It's going to sound weird, but I didn't call anybody because I kind of had a hard time trusting anyone. Didn't think it was real. Like I said, it's still setting in like it's real. We were actually just, me and Hannah were riding in the car, and she even asked me, well, are you excited? I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know.
This feels unreal.
Yes.
Very unreal.
It's beyond happy and proud of. It's a mix of emotions.
Mix of emotions for Alvin Goozie Hines here today, folks. Holy, this has been a long time coming. Like I said, his fights date back to 2023 in the professional MMA. He went on and fought on the LFA for Legacy Fighting Alliance. He took out a lot of big guys in those fights. Like I said, 7-0. What an impressive record. Nominated for Male Fighter of the Year. Goozie, I'm not even sure what to say to you anymore besides now that you're officially in to the UFC, stepping into that UFC cage, does that make you a little nervous?
You know, the only thing that makes me a little nervous, maybe, I don't even know if it's really nervous, is that most of my fans ain't gonna be there because it's such short notice, but I know you guys will be watching, and that helps a lot because that's why I'm here. Between my sponsors, fans, family, Hannah, that's why I'm here. But that's the only part that I'm gonna miss. It might make me a little bit nervous. Other than that, it's just another day in the office.
19,000 possibly strong in the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Definitely the largest crowd you're going to be fighting in front of. If some of you knew Goozie from the past, watching his fights in the LFA, the arena was packed over half full with locals of Goozie chants. It was an incredible feeling for Goozie. That will not be missed. He will hear that through your microphone of that TV, so you guys got to cheer loud. Believe in this guy because we believed in him.
Fair enough. And that's what got me here.
All right. Now, Goozie, let's lighten things up a little bit. Oh, I'm even getting choked up here.
I know,
I didn't
man.
think
It
I
is
was
a
gonna get that
lot.
nervous.
Dude,
Let's talk about your sponsors.
Yeah.
Let's change gears, talk about his sponsors. They started way back. Without their support, I probably can speak to Goozie. He probably wouldn't, I don't know. What do
Not
you
a
got
chance.
here?
I would have.
I'm not sure. But Goozie,
Yeah.
talk about it. Talk about all these awesome sponsors.
Yeah, at the end I'll run through them, but I just want them all to know they're gonna see this video. Every time I posted you guys and said, hey, I could not do it without you, I'm not lying. Like, if you talk to any other guys that've been in the fight game, they know until you make it, you're not making it. If you understand what I'm saying, it's each and every one of them played a part, and I would not be here without them. I would have been living in my car, and it would have been a lot worse. I would have still tried to do it, but damn, you guys helped me a lot. So
Over 20 some sponsors he had. He from the bottom of his heart, I know he thanks every one of you.
can't say it enough.
And Goozie, where do they find tickets to the event coming up?
Actually, I've never bought a UFC ticket, so you would have to go on the website, and you guys honestly probably know more than me. So I'm sorry to say it, but Google it.
Google it. He says Google it. First time in the UFC, first fight coming at the T-Mobile. This is a big deal, everyone. All right, Goozie, let's talk about maybe some life outside of the cage. You work as a full-time
Heavy equipment operator for the 49ers Union. They're actually one of my biggest sponsors. They, understand me taking off of work and stuff, and are just so supportive of it. They would pack that place with operators every fight, and I just, like I said, just
And that was a
another
local
sponsor.
49er?
Yeah, operating local 49 Union, and like I said, just without the help from my sponsors, it wouldn't have been possible. And them filling up the arena like that, it means a lot to me. But that's what I do as a career outside of fighting, is run heavy equipment for the Union.
Goozie, how long do you think you were on the UFC's radar prior to signing this contract just several days ago?
I don't know. I'm not a huge nerd into it. I watch other heavyweights and their technique videos. I don't watch a whole bunch of fighting. And I don't know how to tell if someone's on the radar. I just knew if I made fights exciting, which I gave it my damnedest every time,
That's right.
that someone had to be watching. Head kick.
Hey, let's change it up. Goozie, when you hear that music hit and it's you walking down the aisle, what's the song that you're hoping to have play at the T-Mobile?
I am going to have play When the Man Comes Around by Johnny Cash.
What does that song mean to you?
More like, why fix something if it ain't broken? It's been working every time. And I love that song, so makes the hair stand up.
Look at that. His hair is just standing right up. Whew. All right. I'm not sure if we got to this one, Goozie, but we got to ask, your path to this point couldn't have been easy. I think we briefly discussed this, but in the beginning of all of this, was there a time that you thought of throwing in the towel, just quitting, being done, not getting to the dream that you wanted to achieve, getting to the UFC, which is everyone's goal? We all know that, especially when you're starting off, and whether it's CFC, LFA, fighting on the undercards, whatever. You visioned it. You said you manifested it earlier in this conversation, and now it's coming to a reality.
Yeah, there was a time just recently, actually. I don't know, all you MMA nerds probably know that there is a new law or rule in the Dana White Contender Series. No one over 31. And I missed the mark by a couple of years, even though I'm a heavyweight. But like I said, God is good, and it worked out. But there was a short period there where I had to decide if this is what I'm going to do or not. And I decided to keep training, and this is what happened.
Goozie, how old are you?
21 solid. No, I'm 33 years old, and most heavyweights are older, but that doesn't matter now. We got a 4-fight contract, baby. Let's go.
Let's go, Goozie. So the first fight coming up, I'm not sure the guy that withdrew or got hurt on the card coming up, but you're fighting a Brazilian.
Yep.
He is a badass at 8-0, I believe.
8-1.
8-1? 8-1.
Jonata Diniz. I probably didn't say it right,
Something
but it doesn't
like
matter
that.
to me.
Right. Goozie's there to fight him.
That's right.
What do you know about this guy?
I know he likes to stand up, and that's not what's going to happen. I'm going to smother him the whole time, and I'm going to play my game. It ain't going to play his. Remember, he's got to worry about some guy walking off the street and getting beat. All I got to do is go in there and beat him. That's nothing new to me. Nothing.
Two weeks notice for Alvin Goozie Hines here, making his debut coming up at UFC 317. 2 weeks out, Goozie. What do you do in the next 13 days to prepare for a professional UFC fighter, which you haven't studied his tapes, you haven't looked at probably much yet because you're just learning who you're fighting.
I've only got a couple days in of tapes and
What are
stuff.
you going to do to prepare for this fight?
I'm going to keep studying his tapes, continuing my regular training like I do going up to every other fight, and he is going to live in my head rent-free on how I'm going to beat his ass.
Goozie Hines, he's coming
Let's
for
go.
this Brazilian.
Nothing new. Same thing.
Well, this was an entertaining conversation, Goozie. I don't know if you have anything else to say to everyone that's going to get to see this video out there. I just can't appreciate enough for you coming out, and we're working together to get here.
Luke's one of my sponsors, too.
I was one of Goozie's first sponsors. All the sponsors are great.
And Jenny. That's what I meant. But I'll read them off here real quick for you guys.
Yes.
Scooter Septic Service, Craiglow Construction, Union, Operators 49ers, Terrain Development, Little Otters, Clifton Engineering, Blueberry Bowl, Citrus Sauna, Rapid Rigging, GYG Dental Lab, really good mouth guards, Mackey Body and Glass, Tykes Meat, Bruno's Cannabis, Rise Fitness, Simon Inc., Doc's Gym, Willie Transport, The Hog Pen, Rockets Liquor, Carroll Funeral Home, LA Bodega, Grussel Top Down Tree Service.
And Luke Garner with Coldwell Banker. And what do you say to your family, Goozie, for supporting you on this wild ride since back in the early, we'll say 2023?
Man, they've been supporting me my whole life, and I don't know how they do it sometimes. But I can't, I love them. And they're a huge part of it too, so I can't wait to put on a show for you guys. Let's go.
Let's go.
Man, we fucking killed it.